Good morning, everybody. It's day 9. It's June the 12th. The temperature is 63 degrees. I was hoping to make it into, of course, town last night into Monson, but my left ankle was hurting so bad that I just couldn't. So stopped here, met a cool dude. He's from Maine, and he's doing this 100-mile section. And so we got 3 miles to go. Today's day 9. We're going to town, come hell or high water. So yeah, we got 3 miles to Main Highway 15. I'll try to get it in here where you can see. Got 2 pretty decent climbs, you know, like 1,500 or so feet. But then, yeah. But like I say, that was kind of a wrap up. Didn't really do a wrap up for day 8 because I come in so darn late on one wheel. But yeah, it's day 9, headed south, going to Monson. Still headed down towards Monson. Should be over halfway. It's actually a beautiful day. Calling for rain to come in again around 10. But it's about 7:45. But you know how you can tell when you've been in the woods too long? It's when you get excited about hearing a car. Yeah. But anyway, I can't be more than a half a mile or so from Main Highway 15, I think it is. And it'll be on to Shaw's Hostel. And today, like I say, be a Nero, which basically means that it's pretty much a 0. So say I'm walking a little over 3 miles today, and then tomorrow I'm actually going to take a 0 where I just stay in town because I've got to get my left ankle and blisters and stuff in a little better shape. And I appreciate everybody watching and following and subscribing. And I hope, you know, like I said to start with, I'm definitely not a vlogger. I know that's hard to tell, but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm taking it south. There's only one thing that's better about the 100-mile wilderness, and that's being out. We did it. Let's go. Whew. That was tough. The Maine folks do a hell of a job up here on the trail. I mean, the privies from the bridges, what bridges they are. And they can't do anything about the rocks and the roots and stuff in the trail. Rather, I mean, they can't, that's nature. But they do a hell of a job. Whew, and that makes me feel a lot better. So now, my biggest food carry will probably be maybe 2 to 3 days, 4 if I want it, but at least now, and I'll hopefully have better communication with family and friends. So it's definitely a lift in the spirits. And hopefully I can get in here and get my foot taken care of, let it rest. I think it's fine. And we'll see. And I'll check in later. It's a pretty little town, Monson. It's pretty much like if you blink your eyes, it's kind of the way Dimmer says you've already went right through it. But I'm gonna head over here to the Appalachian Trail Visitor Center and pick up my bag, my Thru hiker bag tag. And then we're gonna go to the lake house and have us a cold beer. It's pretty neat. He'll jump up and catch the water. He's an Australian shepherd. It's beautiful. Look at it. He's having a ball right in the rain. Yeah, this is Shaw's Hostel. Really nice. Can't get any nicer, folks. Just as nice as they can be. You have the bunkhouse, and you have the cottage. In the morning, he'll be preparing his famous breakfast. So yeah. Good afternoon. It's June the 13th, day 11 of the SOBO Thru hike attempt. I'm here at Shaw's Hostel. Well, actually, right now I'm out behind the post office here in Monson, sitting at a picnic table. Yesterday, day 10, was a Nero, which basically means I walked like 3.5 miles to get into Monson. Stayed at Shaw's Hostel last night. Now it's day 11. It's a 0. I'm not doing anything but trying to rest up my ankles and all. My feet feel good. I think the blisters are going to be fine. The left ankle feels a lot better. I'm going to be fine. But yeah, I just thought I'd break my bag down real quick and kind of show you. I just weighed it. I've got my 3 days worth of food, which will get me to Creightonton. And then the next 3 days, then I'll get 3 more days of food, my next resupply, and that'll get me to Stratton, Maine. So I'm going to try to do like a 3-day food carry. I just weighed my bag and I've got my food in it and everything, and my bag is 20 pounds. And Forrest that I finally caught up with here in Monson, just to give an example, his was right at 40. So I've learned a lot from these northbounders, and I've also learned a lot by watching some of these other guys and girls, as far as like Dixie, Darwin, Dan Becker, Jupiter Hikes, even Kyle Hates hiking. A lot of these folks have really helped me as far as trying to keep my pack weight light, because a lot of people that I see out here, they're packing like they're going camping, and in a way, yeah, you're going camping, but camping's a little part of it. You're going walking, so everything that you bring or you throw in that backpack is going to be on your back, and you've got to carry it to the next spot. So I'm going as light as I possibly can. I actually think I can probably get it eventually right around 18 pounds, like everything. I count my food and everything, but anyway, under 20 pounds is really good for 3 days of food and everything. So I think I'm doing good there. I definitely can probably improve, but it is what it is. And I know I'm as light as anybody that's staying at the hostel right now. So I'm happy with that. And I'm just going to undo my bag right now so everybody can see. It'll probably be kind of fast. My makeshift tripod here, which is my trekking post, kind of blowing around, so hopefully, the good Lord willing, it doesn't blow over. If it does, I'll pick it up and stick it back in the ground. But I'm going to go through this fairly fast because my battery's about to go dead in my phone. But here we go. Let's get to it. This is my bag, as I showed earlier before. It's a light AF. That's where I keep my water bottle. I'll drink about probably 6 of these a day. We'll just go in the outer pocket first. Of course, that was in the outer pocket. But this is where I keep my rain jacket. It's a Frog Dog. It's their latest model. It's very good. It's a new fabric. Works really, really good. Super lightweight, and it's super cheap. I also keep my hammock, my tarp, rain fly on the outside in case if it's wet. It's not going to get anything else wet. Just leave it on the outside. Here's my water kit. It's got my Sawyer squeeze. It's got my C-Knock or Canuck bag where I can get my water out of the river, filter it, which y'all seen me do. Keep it out there accessible. Keep my first aid little bag. I'll go through it fairly fast. Most of the stuff is boring. I'm keeping my KT tape in here for blisters and such. Body Glide, don't leave home without it. I've only had to use it the first 2 days. To be honest, if time I get to Creighton, if it's okay, the next 3 days, probably gonna get rid of it. Save a little more weight. Some medicine, some more medicine like Benadryl, some vitamin I, which is ibuprofen, and I've also got some pills in case if my stomach gets upset or something, which is definitely what you do not want to happen out here on trail. So thank the good Lord, none of that's happened yet. I also keep some aqua tabs in here, which I've been using. I really like it. Fill your water bottle up, throw one of these in, wait 30 minutes, boom, you're drinking. Which I like. I find it way more It's easier. It's easier than using a saw or squeeze. It's more time efficient. So I can spend time walking and hiking instead of, filtering my water, which every time you stop to filter your water, it takes me at least probably, time you get it out, start the whole process, 15 to 20 minutes every time you do it. I've got a large bandage here in case if I get a cut or something, I can cut this, use my KT tape and make a Band-Aid. Tenacious tape for equipment repair, antibiotic ointment, alcohol wipe, carry a lighter, Swiss Army knife, which is pretty much standard with all these kits. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. It varies a little bit from what some folks carry, what some folks don't. Everyone's different. Everybody's got different needs, different preferences. But this is just so far what works for me. And also, whenever I entered, and I might have said something about this yesterday, but when I entered the 100-mile wilderness, I weighed right at 217 pounds. I weighed yesterday and I was at 205. So yeah, it was a pretty good bit of weight. I also sent back some clothes today because I'm going to wear one outfit, and I'll also have another outfit that I'll show whenever I get to camp to put on in case if it's raining or it's wet or something. Very vital. Keep it in my front left pocket. Ben's the best stuff. I'm not sponsored, of course, by any of these people, but up here, this is the best. 2 sprays of that, spray it, you're good. My other pocket also have my cold soap jar, which I'm done with. It's okay. I'm just going to, it's just the same to me as to, just heat your food up. It's fine. But a lot of people cold soap. It is, saves time. But yeah, I think I'm just going to go because I love drinking coffee and my breakfast essentials in the morning, and I like it warm. Maybe I'll change that, but out here you've got to have something. You're going to have wins and losses, and to me that's a win in my book. And I have a pack towel, which I don't know how I kind of feel, to be honest. I think I've used this thing one time. I think for me it's useless, but it's still on here. I've got my Garmin Mini InReach 2, which is a satellite you could be anywhere in the world and hit this SOS button and they'll come and they can find you, search and rescue, which is good to have for peace of mind for family back home and such. In this pocket, I keep an extra set of reading glasses. Getting older, it's hard to, some of these maps and stuff, you need to be able to see them. Okay, then we'll go inside the pack. I'm sure all the people out here are probably looking like, what in the world? On top, I keep, I sort mine out where I keep 1 day of food. So anything in this bag I can eat. This is 1 day's worth of food. Anything in here I can eat at any time. And I do that day by day. It's my cook pot, a little totes, $5.50. It's in a light AF cover. We've got a windscreen from Totes, of course, a lighter. Here it is, and of course inside of a micro cloth is my little Largo alcohol stove. It weighs less than an ounce. I know I'm not really giving the weights on these because I'm not really a gram weenie. I am concerned about weight, don't get me wrong, but I'm not really that concerned about it on that part. One of these little bags or something like this, it keeps it, from jangling, making noise all day long when you're trying to hike. It will drive you absolutely bonkers. This is my bear bag, rope, throw rope. It's got dynamic cord in it. Throw it up and over a limb, pull your food bag up, good to go. Here's another thing up, because I'm about out of that bins. Here's another bottle. Here's my alcohol for my stove. Dr. Bronner's, real good hand soap. I also carry some toothbrush, toothpaste, extra virgin olive oil, which as far as out here with food and all, it's more calories. It's the most calories per ounce you can get of anything you can eat, period. So I like to add this to everything I eat because it gives you extra calories. For weight, you can't beat it. And I have some hot sauce. I actually need to refill this before tomorrow. So it just helps to flavor the food up. And there again, I showed you the Dr. Bronner's. You know, it's good hand soap. You can do like camp laundry. It's good for everything, and it's good. It's not bad for. It's biodegradable. It's not bad for the environment, but still don't be doing it around the drinking water and stuff like that. Be a little smarter than what you're dealing with. This is my hammock. I have a double. I showed this on my first video. A double-ended stuff sack hammock. But yeah, keep it in it. Very handy. It's very easy to deploy and undeploy, which is probably not a word. Clothes bag. This is my clothes bag now. It has definitely gotten smaller, which is good. I have a Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisper 800 feel puffy. And some of this is an expensive piece of equipment, but I looked, these things were right around like $369 or $380. But if you look, especially when it starts this time of the year, when it starts in the summertime, I got it for $189, brand new. So you can find deals. Highly recommended. A lot of people have the Ghost Whisper. If not, though, to be honest, a lot of folks too, there's a company called Decathlon. Make an 800 feel, looks about the same as this, and they're 99 bucks. So there are other options. A lot of folks use that. Dan Becker, that's like his favorite. Actually got my wind pants in that my wife sent me. These things actually weigh an ounce. It's really crazy from enlightened equipment. You'll see they're gonna float in the wind like a kite. I mean, they literally, like a trash bag. They're pretty, I mean, of course, you're not gonna wanna go bushwhacking in them, which I won't. But maybe whenever I get into the presidentials or Franconia Red, some of that stuff, that, you know, if it's kind of chilly or something, throw these on, boom, you're good. Darn tough socks, but everybody wears them. Not everybody, but 98%. Another pair for camp. This is what I wear when I get into camp. It's just a pair. I actually tore the liner out of them. But just a pair of Nike, you know, ultralight shorts. You know, just something to dry to put on when you get in. And I also have a Huckleberry merino wool pullover. And that's it. Besides like what I'm wearing. This is what I'll wear tomorrow. Before I did have an extra pair of clothes, but during the 100-mile wilderness, what I noticed was it rained on us just about every day. And, you know, this little light sack of clothes, after 3 days, probably weighed 10 pounds. So, you know, I'm going to keep this dry. And if this gets wet that I'm wearing, so what, it gets wet. I'll hang it up, put on my dry clothes at night. The next morning, put my wet clothes back on. Rinse and repeat every day. And like I say, everybody's kit's different. You come out here and look, everybody's kit's different. And it's just basically what, you know, what are you, because I had a BTR chair. It's basically a stool, it's a camp stool. It only weighs like 12 ounces. It's very light. But after hiking Katahdin, I was like, no. I sent that back home with my wife. I mean, it's neat. And like right here even, it would be so cool to be able to sit down and sit on it. But nah, I'll just go ahead and set. It's called BTR, better than a rock. Give me the rock, because I don't have to carry it. Here's my Gossamer Gear 1/8 inch foam rubber mat, which is good. I lay it down to keep my stuff on when I'm at camp, or if I sleep in a shelter, I can use this as a mattress, which is about like sleeping on a newspaper, to be honest. It's about that comfortable. So that's why I prefer to hang my hammock. And I'll show that because I can hang a hammock in the lean-to. And here's my food bag. It's a Hilltop food bag, and it's got 2 days worth of food. And then this would be 3. This will get me to Craton, I think's the name of it, the next town. I'll be sure to get it right in the morning when we start on day 12. I'll go through it and tell exactly where we're going again. But it's Craton, I want to say it's like 30-something miles. Excuse me. And then the next town we hit will be Strat. And then, yeah, I mean, there's 281 miles in Maine, but we're getting through them. We're going to click through them. Yeah, and then the last thing in the very bottom is just my sleeping bag, which I've already shown. I keep it in the very bottom in a trash compactor bag to keep it dry. But yeah, this is my, you know, hang on, a couple things. This also, as I explained in the first video, has a bottom pocket, which is really beneficial. I keep my tent stakes in it and also my hammock straps. And most importantly, TP and my deuce of spades. So yeah, so that's it. This is I'll put some pictures in here because I'm gonna go down to the pub, meet Forrest. He's staying there, but luckily polar bear spams a lot caught up with us. We've got a pretty good crew right now that's headed south, so a pretty good group. And I'm sure I've said that before. I'm sure I'm repeating myself just left and right, which is one reason I come out here, as far as like, you know, just kind of clearing the fog or out of your mind. But yeah, and I'll show you right here. Then I also carry a light AF fanny pack, and in it I have like a thermometer, little thermo teardrop, gives you the, you know. Of course I can't show you, but whenever I'm walking, the phone I can actually put in here, which is really nice, makes it really accessible where I can get it out, take pictures, unless it's a moose, and then it looks like Carl Lewis running down the woods and gone. But I keep, I have a nimble 20,000 battery pack. Really, it's okay. Maybe in Stratton or somewhere, I'm probably gonna go to the 10,000. Don't think I need a 20,000 now that, you know, I'm back in somewhat civilization from every 3 to 4 days. Of course, I keep some Cliff bars in here. It's good to snack, really accessible. This is just some hydration drops you can put into your water. It keeps your electrolytes. It keeps you ready to go. Keeps your head from hurting. You've got a drink. Here's my wall charger, which is a little, maybe it's probably overkill, but it really charges your phone, your battery pack, headlamp, whatever it is, quick, because it's a 100-watt wall charger. It's a speed charger. Let's see here. I've got like headphones. I keep like some Propel to drink additive. I keep my headlamp, a night cord, which is 95% of the people out here, it's rechargeable. And the good thing about that, I only need, you see a lot of folks and they'll have like 10 different charging cables. I only need 2. I need one because my headlamp, battery pack, the phone all work off a USB-C. The only thing that doesn't is Garmin hasn't come around yet. They're still using a mini USB, which is fine, but I have to have my own, you know, it has to have its own cord. And here it is as well. Its own little cord. Like a, but we'll see. We're gonna go over here and get something to eat, load this back up. I'm sure everybody was walking around, it's like, who in the world is this guy over here with the Georgia hat on? But it's all good. Yeah, I'm gonna load this back up and we're gonna hit the trail bright and early in the morning. I say bright and early, I think. I talked to Poet this morning and he said probably around 8:30 or 9 o'clock we'll be back on trail. So if people have any questions or, you know, just anything, like I say, I'm not an expert by any means, but I've definitely learned a lot from the past 100 miles plus. And just picking the northbounders' brain, you know, just because they've come 2,000 miles, they know something. And just seeing what they're doing, what's different, just watching them. A lot of times you can learn a lot, which is hard for me by being quiet and just watching versus just, you know, blabbing all the time. But they're very helpful and I'm proud of all of them. Congratulations to every one of them that's getting ready to summit. And I'll check back tomorrow.